Oh man, what is up, DCS crew? It is pocket real estate time. Man, what a night. I have a 5-month-old puppy named Ziggy that had to go to the emergency room because he got something in his eye, and he's been, tearing up really bad and trying to scratch at his eye for about 4 or 5 hours. Finally, after 2 different veterinary emergency rooms and about 3 hours, he was taken care of. I got to put some topical cream on his eye 3 times a day, and he's a bit of squiggly guy. He's a squiggly guy. In fact, that's his nickname, Squiggly. So I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do it, but yeah, I hopefully I'll be okay. And I just want to be sane enough to be able to keep doing these videos with you guys and let you know what's in my pocket. So this morning, I figured I'd go ahead and pick this guy up. This is the Kizer Soverign. Okay, this is an older Vanguard line model from Kizer that was produced by Kim Ning, who is now he now owns Concept Knives. Okay, so a lot of things drew me to this particular knife. Before I do that, let me just go over the specs. It's about 5.4 ounces. It's pretty big, 3.6-inch blade. And it came in VG10 and an N690. So just so you can see what the size comparison is, that is the Kershaw bare knuckle. This is the Dirk Pinkerton designed Kizer. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm losing my mind here. It's the Kizer Rogue. All right. There's the Kershaw Atmos from Dmitry Sikovich. And here is the CJRB Feldspar in JG10. That's the small version. And finally, to top it off, this is the Bestech Knives Texel. All right, so a little bit about this knife. Since it's been around for a while, and since Kim Ning is no longer a part of Kizer, they've gone ahead and they've discontinued this model. So if you can, try to get this. This is about $59, about $59.99 on Blade HQ. They have the black version. They have the blue and black G10 that's like this one, and they had a red and black G10, which I thought was fire. I'm not gonna lie, but they no longer have it. The best way I can kind of explain this kind of texture G10 is very similar to that of the Kizer Dukes. If you've seen that, it's kind of like a snake scale, kind of a ripple effect down in the G10. Maybe I can show that to you here. It's a really, really cool setup because the G10 itself is smooth, but with these ripples, it gives you like a nice purchase in the hand. You get a sheep's foot with a modified, I guess, reverse tanto. And to be completely honest, this really reminds me of like a Chinese take on like a hinderer. It's about that size. It's thick. It'd be reminding me of like a 3.5-inch XM18 if Kizer basically said, fuck your copyright, I'm gonna make me a Kizer knife that looks like a hinderer. It is thumb stud opening as well as the flipper. The flipper works extremely well, and the thumb stud works extremely well too. I personally prefer the thumb stud because of the fact that would make it unobtrusive, and the fact that this does not run on bearings, it runs on washers. And that being said, I mean, the action is pretty good considering it's on washers. I had disassembled this knife when I first gotten it, and cleaned and polished the washers and put them back together. And I mean, the knife, it flicks open extremely well, and it actuates with the thumb stud very well too. This is tapped for both left and right hand pocket. And let me just go ahead and give you a full profile of the knife. Side, front, show side, back side. You can see the standoffs there, and the top and the bottom. So you can tell it's from Kim Ning because right up here it will say his name, and there is the information on the model itself. Let me see if I can get that. Let me see here. There we go. Model number V4423A2. The A2 designates the variation being a blue black G10, and this is the older model that has VG10 from Japan. Now, the cool thing about this is that Japan no longer wanted to provide VG10 steel to anyone except for maybe, I want to say maybe Spyderco. They were getting kind of tired of Chinese companies importing the VG10 and using them in their knives, basically. Not for nothing, but I know from enough karate, like kung fu movies, that Japanese and Chinese people hate each other. So the fact is, I kind of saw that coming. So basically what the Chinese did, and a lot of these companies, especially Kizer, they actually linked up with Bowler Udo Home, and they were the people that were supplying them with the M390, and they decided, okay, well, instead of VG10, what we're going to do is we're going to take some of our models and we're going to release them in N690, which they ended up doing with these, and you can actually take the get the N690 models still via Blade HQ. You can't get these anymore. These have been discontinued long ago, but you can also pick up stuff like the Kizer Sheepdog in 154 cm. This particular model, like I said, is VG10. It's a nice thick slab of VG10, and because of the fact that it's VG10, it takes a really, really good edge. I've actually used just my Spyderco Sharp Maker on this one. I'm thinking of reprofiling the edge and removing the flipper to just make it a thumb stud knife only. I think that it would work really well, because personally, one pet peeve of mine on this one is the fact that, you know, the nose of the knife, the flipper, it is quite a bit of a pocket pecker. It's pretty big, as you can see. So I would probably change that. Now, I mean, I can tell you, every time I use the flipper, it has always worked well. And kind of as a side note, you see this particular pocket clip because there are a couple of companies that use this pocket clip, and there are a couple of knives, particularly in the Kizer the Kizer line, that use this clip. If you've seen my video on the Kizer Domen, and what I will do is at the end of this video, it'll probably be on this side that I'll put a little kind of a video right here at the end where that shows it. I have a lot of knives that are like this, and I found that there's an MXG gear clip that you can use in place of this one, where these two holes fit on the MXG gear clip, and you have a deep carry clip. So I thought that's pretty cool for people that just don't want to clip. And the lanyard hole, it is there, and it is it's good for the 550 paracord, so you're good to go on that. It has two standoffs in the back, and judging from the inside, I've carried it quite a bit, and it is skeletonized. So hopefully I can go ahead and show that off in the camera here. Hopefully it's not too bad. Ooh. All right. Can you see it? Can you see it? Let's see here. There we go. You can see it there. Awesome. There. That should be a little bit better. There we go. And you can see it's skeletonized on the presentation side, not on the lock side. And I apologize for the pocket lint. I've used this quite a bit. So my thoughts on this knife, honestly, I really liked the fact that when I picked this up, I picked this up a few years ago, and this was before the VG10 was going out of style. I picked this off of a user on Reddit who actually got it new, and he never used it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I picked it up for a good deal. And I found out they were discontinuing the VG10, and I'm like, oh, nice. So I ended up keeping this one. This is actually one of two knives that I've kept. Ironically, both of them are Kim Ning designs. One is a Kim Ning and Azo design, and then there's this one. This one is specifically Kim Ning. He was one of the head designers over at Kizer, and he did a lot of the stuff internally with Azo and Gage and stuff before leaving to Concept with a few other Kizer employees. Of course, Gage and Azo stayed with Kizer, but you know, models like these, obviously, because they were made by a competitor or somebody that left on, you know, their own terms, I guess you could say, they've gone ahead and they're discontinuing these. If you can get one, pick one up. I'm going to go ahead and leave the link towards one in Blade HQ. In fact, I'll try to put the blue N690 version, but I really like it. The only thing is it is a bit heavy. It's just under 5.4 ounces. If you can get past that, honestly, it's nice. It's got the sharpening choil. You can easily delete that flipper, and it would still be a great knife. I think I am going to end up doing that. This is probably going to be a project knife. Great knife in the hand. Snaps open, as you can see. Nice thick liners, nice thick liner lock right there, and it's very secure. So yeah, this is what's in my pocket today. And hope to see you guys next time. And just remember, no matter whether the fact that you are carrying a Kizer or, you know, one of these little Kershaws that I reviewed the other day, hell, even a bare knuckle, because I mean, let's face facts. If you don't want to go ahead and carry Chinese, you can carry American. Just remember, if you EDC, think it's DCS. Thank you so much for taking a moment to watch this pocket real estate video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.